looky there. Those are some good looking e-bikes. Whew. What is up, YouTube adventure family? Today, we're going to compare the RAEV Bullet X with the RAEV Bullet V2. That's right, there are some subtle and some not so subtle differences between these two bikes. First off is the size. Not so subtle of a difference. There is a definite seat height difference, which I will actually go get a measuring tape right now. And we're going to actually check this seat height. And I'm going to go from like the high side, like the opposite side of the kickstand, and I'm going to go right in the middle. So on this one, we got right at 30 inches if we went in the middle of the seat. And you could see if you go to the front of the seat a little bit more, you'll get closer to like 29. If you get closer to the back of the seat here, you'll get closer to like 31. So yeah, the seat height, 30 inches. On the Bullet X, made for bigger riders such as myself, you could see that just right there in the middle, you're 33 inches. So significantly higher, and almost 34 and a half as you get to the back, and 33 as you're in the front. So the seat height is quite a bit different. Now I'm going to do the handlebar height, basically where the grip is, where I got it set anyways. And you're looking at about 42 inches, a little over 42 inches with the handlebar height here. And that's on the RAEV Bullet. And then on the Bullet X, you're looking at 45. So 45 on the Bullet X and a little over 42. Let's just say 42 and a half on the RAEV Bullet V2. Those are the not so subtle differences. On the wheel and tire height here, I've been dying to do this. I'm just going to go right in the middle. You're looking at about 22 inches on the tire height of the RAEV Bullet V2, and you're looking at about 23 and a half on the Bullet X. Both come standard with the same 13 amp hour 48 volt battery. Now the difference here is the engine on this one says 750 watts. The motor on that one. The motor on this one here, let me actually turn it around, says 500. They both go 28 miles an hour. That's the crazy thing, is they both go 28 miles an hour. That's what's crazy. But you can see the not so subtle differences, the size, seat height, handlebar height, that kind of thing, tire size, the type of tires too. That's another thing I want to hit on real quick. You've got more of a road tire, smooth, slicker style tire on the Bullet V2 than you do on the Bullet X. The Bullet X has those standard CST tires that come on every bike in the world, and these Kendas do not come on every bike in the world. And this is like a 35 PSI on those, and then I'm thinking this is a 30 PSI on those, so a higher tire pressure on the V2, which is usually comes with a more performance standard type tire. The suspension, another thing I want to mention the suspension. It's adjustable, so you have your rebound and your compression type situations on these front forks. So your front suspension is adjustable. They both are hardtail, so there's no rear suspension. This is just a spring-loaded type deal on here, which is kind of crazy. Now another thing is, the X doesn't come with taillights. It comes with like a reflector on the back. They both have the same headlights. Now what's cool about the Bullet V2 here is not only does it have headlights, it has a tail light, as you can see there. Isn't that cool? So it's got a tail light. Not only does it have a tail light, the brake lights actually work too. So that's super cool that it comes standard like that. The speed, there are a couple subtle differences in the speed. Like this one seems to have a little bit more pickup off the end, and then the medium range kind of goes steady till top end to 28 miles an hour. This one seems to have a little bit, the Bullet X seems to have a little bit slower of a start, but a smoother medium speed up until the top end of 28 miles an hour, which is what they both do, is 28 miles an hour. This one being a bigger frame just sits better for me. But even though this is a shorter frame and me being as tall as I am, this still is comfortable and it's super peppy because honestly, both of them having full throttle, you know, I don't really pedal a lot. They both have the same type of brakes, dual piston hydraulic brakes in the 180 rotors. So they still have their thing there. Yeah, those are in the seat length maybe, you know, because the frame obviously is different. Those are the differences, you know, between the RAEV Bullet V2 and the RAEV Bullet X. The RAEV Bullet X is my bike. That's the bike that I ride on the daily, that I ride every day. The RAEV Bullet is just a lot of fun. It's just a little bit smaller, and I can still ride it. It still has the power. It carries me fine. Both haul 330 pounds. So they both are super sturdy aluminum frames with beautiful paint jobs, by the way. I don't know if you could see it in the sun today, but that beautiful black metallic sparkle is just amazing. And then this one having that green metallic sparkle is super amazing. The paint jobs are just incredible on these. The frames are just amazing. The welds are like really, really good on these bikes. And to upgrade any of these bikes, like putting maybe on the Bullet X some better front forks for better suspension on the front, maybe some BMX style handlebars, upgrade maybe the tires, that kind of thing, and maybe the pedals, makes it super customizable, where this one pretty much already has really good front suspension, maybe just the handlebars and the pedals on that. And you got companies now making seats for these things. Like, I've even contacted a couple companies that make custom seats, and they're like, yeah, send me the seat and we'll, you know, do whatever. They make whatever. So maybe it's advantageous to contact any e-bike company that you got and get a spare seat, and that way you got a seat while your seat's getting done, or get it done in the winter or whatever. But here, even in Colorado, I ride these things year round, and they're super, super fun. And speaking of year round, these tires on this one being a little bit slicker, and these coming with a little bit knobbier tires, probably better in the winter with those kind of tires than with these kind of tires, even though they do a really good job maintaining the bike path all year round. I don't spend a week not riding my e-bike to the store. So either way, both these bikes will get it done, I'm sure. But just some things to keep in mind and some things to think about. Not only the size of these bikes could be something for you, the rider. The size of these bikes could be like, depending on your amount of space to store things, and or if you want to throw it in the back of your car, this would be very difficult to throw in the back of a compact car, if not impossible. This one, on the other hand, especially if you just remove that front wheel real quick or whatever, boom, that would fit in a very small car super easily, especially like a little hatchback or whatever like that. This one, on the other hand, just would be very difficult, very heavy, awkward to move around, because I've done that. Trust me on that. But yeah, check them out. We'll do a little walk around here, and we'll do a little walk and ride, and we'll just see what these bikes are about. All right. It is absolutely gorgeous out today. What a perfect freaking day to do this. I don't know what's up. Anyways, we're going to take the Bullet X out first. We're just going to go up the road, basically up to the mini course and back. And we're up to 16, 17, 20 miles an hour. Not bad at all. And 26, 27. And you can see there 28 miles an hour according to the street sign. I've also got my app here just to kind of show the speed, so on and so forth. Oh man, traffic backed up on the interstate today. Not my problem. Hooray, hooray. Check that out. So yeah, you go that way, you go to Vail Ski Resort. You go the other way, you go to Beaver Creek Ski Resort, and if you go further, you go to Aspen and keep going. You go Telluride. So a lot of cool places. So topping out at 28 miles an hour and held steady at 28 the entire way. And we'll go up here at the mini course clubhouse and turn around and go back and get on the RAEV Bullet V2. This is the RAEV Bullet X. This is like their kind of version 2 of the Bullet X2. They're from the original version. As you can see, the snow is starting to melt. Here's a little putting green area. But this is like a little mini course. There's a bigger golf course over there, like a regular 18 hole, and this is like a little mini course here. But yeah, it is looking mighty good. All right, we'll turn around here. And the brakes on these things are just super, super good. I'll do a brake stop here. We'll go down here, get up to about 20 miles an hour, and brakes. And mine are a little squeaky because I've been getting through the dirt. So you can see the brakes are just super, super good. I've been going like in dirt and mud and everything with this thing going fishing. So excuse the squeakiness on these, because I guarantee you the Bullet V2 won't be that squeaky. But yeah, the bike handle's great, you know. Going 28, gosh, it's windy. It's a little chilly still today. But it going 28 miles an hour is like super nice. And knowing that like pretty much throttle only, if I keep it pretty just basic, I could get 1.5 miles. Holy wind. Woo. I could get like a 1.5 miles per amp hour of battery usually. So we could easily say that about 20 miles throttle only is a safe bet to say on either one of these bikes. And then if you pedal, go down to like, you know, a lower level, you know, like stay on level 2 or whatever. Anyways, but neither one of these bikes have turn signals. This one does not have actual brake light or a stop brake light or just a tail light. And this one just has a reflector. So those are the differences in basically the bikes, but that's just kind of the ride there on this one. And you could see here, basically 29 miles per hour was the top speed according to this. This is just the satellite version of it. And average speed was 15 miles an hour. We went 1.23 miles. Super cool. So we'll turn this off now. Oh yeah, the buttons are a little bit different on these. So the controls are a little bit different on these too, where this has a plus and minus and you turn it on and the options are under there. But you can see the controls a little bit different on this one, where it's got like a plus and a minus, and then it's got the on button in the middle, and then so let's take this puppy out. This right here is the RAEV Bullet V2. Much smaller seat height, smaller, smoother tires. It just seems to have just a little bit more pet maybe to it. I don't know. Maybe because it's just smaller in general. All right, so we're going to do the speed test here. We're at 25, 26, 26, 28, 29.6 according to the speedometer. That we'll find out on the little satellite thing what we actually got as we cruise through here. But super smooth. The tires on this, they're smaller and smoother, so to me it just seems like, I don't know, it just seems like it's a little bit zippier. It's the word I keep using is zippy. I said that on the last video about this, and in the comments about this little zippy little bike. And I mean, in using the throttle with my legs up, I mean, I'm just lower to the ground, and maybe my knees are a little bit higher, but I'm not pedaling, so it's not like, you know, it's uncomfortable to pedal. And if I do pedal, it's like pedaling like a BMX bike or something, you know, as opposed to a mountain bike or a road bike. Super zippy, super nimble. Front suspension's definitely an upgrade. What a cool little bike. It's just, it's little, but, you know, and I couldn't imagine two people riding this. I mean, I guess you could. It'd just be really, really hard unless it was like two little people. But like for me and like another adult, I mean, it could happen if you needed to. And it's got plenty of power. It holds 330 pounds. Both of them do. So, I mean, that wouldn't be an issue. But anyway, let's cruise on back down. I mean, it's just a big seat difference. Okay, there's a big size difference in the frame. There's differences in the size. There's differences in the tires. I mean, these being a little bit fatter with the tread on them. These being a little bit more streamlined, you know, more sporty. Besides that, they go the same top speed. This one seems to be a little bit quicker off the top end. This seems to have a little bit better mid-range up to top end. Those are the differences in performance. You know, and we went over like the size handlebar and stuff, but you know, in the suspension, this comes with just your standard low maintenance. You'll never have to do anything about it. Spring suspension, stay just on the road. This one maybe some light trail adjustable suspension. Nice little upgrade. I'd like to see them do that on the next Bullet X. What a beautiful day right here in Colorado. And what a great day to show you the differences between the RAEV Bullet V2 and the RAEV Bullet X. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy sharing with you the differences between the bikes in case you're tossing it up or thinking about getting a couple of these and you got kids, you got a wife, whatever, and you're thinking about doing whether you got room or not room or whatever the case may be. And both the bikes, honestly, are super customizable. You know, not that you need to, but they are. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed this video. The link below to RAEV Bikes is a great way to help support my channel and a great way for you to get the best price. Not only get the best price on the bike, but get them while they're still available. It's spring. These bikes sell out constantly. If you wait to summer, early summer, you probably won't get the bike that you want, and you sure as hell won't get it at a good, decent price. So take that into consideration. Get a bike from me. Link below in the description for RAEV Bikes. They're super, super, super awesome e-bikes. I wouldn't be part of it if not. The customer service is great. The quality is great. And both the bikes I got, these last two bikes from the ship date, one was 4 days from the ship date that I got it, another one was 3 days. So super quick as well. But check it out, the RAEV Bullet X, the RAEV Bullet V2. Many colors. We're talking black, yellow, pink, in this green here, and then on this one we're talking yellow, black, and green on this one. So some cool color options for you to pick from. They also have a GT and a GTX if you want more top end, more speed, more torque, and have more money. But right now, I believe you could get this one right now at $13.99, and this one right here at $14.99 if you follow the link below and save some money and get a great e-bike. Until next time, this is Chris from the Colorado Adventure Channel. Peace.